Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Megos at the Movies. So, what movie did I see this week? I saw Don't Breathe, about a bunch of criminal scumfucks wanting to rob an old blind man. Now, I went to this movie not knowing a lot about it because I heard just see it from other people. Just go see this movie. It'll change your life. It'll make your hair grow. It'll make you do a backflip. So I went, alright, calm down. I'll go and see this film. And then I did. And it was really scary and really well done. So, it stars the old guy from, what's it called? Avatar? Blue People? Yeah. It stars that guy as the blind old man. And a bunch of unknown actors and actresses I haven't even heard of. There's only like 5 people in this whole fucking movie. It's really short, so I bet you the budget was like really easy to spend on like shots and shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, so the movie opens with a really well done establishing shot, and it's like slowly zooming in, and this guy he's dragging this girl, and the girl is knocked out cold, and it's very intimidating and scary. But it also sets the mood and the tone for the entire movie that this is going to be a very quiet, very scary film. And I believe it cuts to these scumfuck breaking in and entering motherfuckers. They come into the into the house of some like rich people. And then they like just start taking shit. The girl lays in the bed. It shows that her character just wants a new and better life or some shit. She's really dreamy. The guy, Alex, I believe her name is, his name, Alex. He's like reluctant. He's more reluctant. He's the most reluctant scumbag of the group. And then there's the scummiest scumbag, Money. His name is Money. He is like this wigger type who I think he's white. No, he's brown. But he's like wants to be black, that kind. And he spends like the entirety of the whole scene just making a mess, throwing shit on the ground. He starts pissing everywhere. So this guy is like unlikable from the very start. It gets that out of the way that this guy is a piece of shit. And in the trailer it shows him dying, so don't get too invested into this character, but he is just the guy who makes the plot happen. He that's his purpose of the movie. We cut to trying to make the girl, whose name is Rocky. We're trying to make her more likable by saying or giving her a reason why she does this crime shit. It turns out that she's like has a sister. And her sister is this pure, innocent, sweet child, and she's got a scummy, drunk mother, and her scumbag boyfriend, who has a tattoo that's a swastika. So you know that they're not good people. Really good establishing that. Rocky has a dream. She wants to get out here and go to California. Like from The Wizard. So you have the reluctant guy who has a crush on the main girl, and he's there because he knows how to disarm the home security systems because his dad works for the home security company. You got the scumbag who gets them these jobs and gets the down low on the places to rob, and who has the dad's home security. And you got the girl who wants to get out of there. So each character has motivation. Would you look at that? It's like it's a well thought out movie. So it turns out that this house is owned by a blind man. This blind man is like super big and buff, and he's a war vet. So they're like, he's no problem. He's blind. Well, come on. It's not gonna be that hard. Let's go rob this fucking guy. Alex is, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to do this. By the way, throughout this whole entire film, he has like one facial reaction. And that's worry. That's annoyed worriness. I don't know how to any way to describe it, but he just looks like he's like gonna piss himself from worry and anger. And Rocky's like, I want to do it. I need to get out of here. My mom's a bitch. My mom's boyfriend is a dick, and we need to get out of Detroit. Which I don't blame him. For all my non-American folks out there, Detroit sucks. Detroit is a dump. Detroit is like the butt of every joke in America. So then we see this mean-looking doggo. It's a Rottweiler. It's has like saliva coming out. It's foaming at the mouth, though. It's just established that it has rabies, and it's like one of the few jump scares used in this film. Because what this film utilizes over jump scares is dread and the looming threat of the old blind man that will kill you in an instant because he's such a badass. So I really appreciate it. It reminds me of a film from last year called It Follows, which uses dread and the looming threat, which is better than just jump scares. Boo! Oh, I spooked you. Boo! I gave you a good old spook. Gotta tone it down a notch. I'm clipping the audio. All right, so it's nighttime. They break into the house via a small window that Rocky goes into. Rocky then opens Rocky in a very intense, but they're not gonna set the alarm because it's like only 20 minutes into the film. And she unlocks the door. They go in. They start rummaging the place. Money goes upstairs, sees the old man sleeping. The old man, by the way, is like supposedly rich because he got paid out by this rich people because the rich people's daughter accidentally killed his daughter via car accident. So he got a big payout and supposedly has all the money in the house. Because why not? It's Detroit. Do you really trust the local banks? So money goes upstairs. He starts like setting up this like smoke thing to knock out the old man harder. Oh my god, this is like the best shot in the whole movie. Money is putting the stuff into the water bottle to poke a hole through it. He looks up. The old man is sitting up, staring directly at him, but he's blind, so he can't see him. But it's such an instant cut that it just goes, holy shit! It catches you off guard because of how quick and instant the shot is of the old man sitting up. And I'm probably hyping up something that doesn't sound so cool, but just like seeing it, it's just like, holy shit, this guy is ready. This guy is like ready to strike. So then Team Money just sits there. The old man lays back down. No, the old man turns up the TV, lays back down. Money puts down the smoke thing. When he goes downstairs, it's like, hey, I took care of it, like out loud because he's so confident, and he's also a fucking idiot. He's so confident that he took care of the old man. So they're trying to break this lock to the cellar or the basement. What's the difference? What's the difference between a cellar and a basement? They're both underground. I guess basement's more American. Cellar's like, oi, can you go down to the cellar? Get me a bottle of gin, eh? You know? Oh, that's terrible. So, the old man... Or, no, I'm sorry. So they're trying to bust down the lock. And they spend a time trying to jimmy it using the crowbar. Then Money, like the dumbass he is, grabs his big gun, which Alex says, you can't use that, man. We'll get 20 to life if we get caught. And Money's like, we're not going to get caught. There's no cops here. It's Detroit. It's a shithole. It's practically Mad Max rules. It's fine. So then Money shoots the lock. It's very slow. They like really drive it home how loud the fucking thing is. It's like sound is such an important factor in this movie. And the lock falls down. Bam, bam, bam. Then the old man says, who's there? Who's in my house? He sounds like, throughout this entire movie, I thought the old blind man sounded like Dicker Kane from Diablo. Who's in my house? What are you doing? Like, they probably told him, hey, you need to drive it home that you're an old man. But I bet he sounds like just a regular guy. but they really want to make him seem like he's old. Like he's super old, you guys, but he's a super badass. That's what makes him even scarier. I don't know. He just has this weird, scary old man voice. I wouldn't say it was distracting. It's just like, huh. It piques your interest, but for the wrong reasons. So the old man is talking to Money, who Money's like, "Hey, I got a gun, old man. I'm gonna fucking shoot you." And then the old man walks up to him, grabs the gun, and they're having a struggle. And then the old man fucking blows Money's fucking head off. Well, not entirely, but just how graphic you see the fucking bullet go to the head is just holy shit, dude. This movie is raw. This is one of the rawest films of the year. That's gonna be the little blurb that they put on the Blu-ray. Megos from Megos at the movie says rawest film of the year on the front, on the very top center of the Blu-ray. Oh, I forgot to mention. There's all these like take notes audience, pay attention audience shots. So like they showed the piece of glass that is on the floor that from the glass that Rocky broke to get in. There's a shot of the tool room and the hammer. Take a note of that. There's also I think there's other ones of like where the remote is and just all these like different types of shots. So you get so the movie's like basically, hey, make a mental map, make a mental blueprint of this guy's house so you can follow along. And it's one of those movies that really really rewards anyone who pays attention to what is going on in the film. And I really think that's really cool. I think that's very well it's a thinking man's movie, you know? Oh, that sounds pretentious, but when you see, you'll get my meaning. But it's like, remember this, remember that. It's going to be seen later. Nothing's like, oh, I have this now because reasons. Later, so now Rocky and Alex are both hiding. They're texting each other, which I thought was a really cool element because why wouldn't they? They have it on vibrate, which he can't probably hear as much. But this old man has been established that he is a fucking threat. So now so the old man goes into the closet where Rocky's hiding, but Rocky is, curled up in a ball and holding her breath, basically. He opens the safe, makes sure his money is in there, closes the safe. You see him put down the code. She remembers the code, puts it down, which I wonder if that code has any significance, because it's 2978. Which I wonder, is that February the 9th, 1978? But that makes no sense. Because the daughter seems to be very young, so she couldn't have been born in 1978. So I just wonder if that's just a little nod to another movie, or like another movie's release day, or just a little Easter egg, or maybe it's just a bunch of random numbers, So we cut to... I believe Alex is trying to sneak along. There's a really good shot of... I think this is before or after, but there's a really good shot of Alex walking down the hall, and the old man's walking right past him, and Alex just, like, gets up against the wall, hugs the wall practically, as the old man, like, passes through him. But it's just like, if Alex fucks up the tiniest bit, holy fuck, they're fucked. So... as the old man's, I think the old man's also putting Money's body into the tool room that will come into play later. So many like this. There's a reason why we put this object or this thing here because it will play into the thing later. It's very it's very intricate. It's a really well done, well thought out, intricate movie, as I said prior. So they go down. So they finally make their way down to the basement because they think that's the only way they can get out is via the cellar. They get down there. It's really dark down there. I think that's at the point where they turn on the lights, and then the movie starts to villainize the old man by showing, hey, this is what he's got down here. Is this sex slave, well, just this girl who's being held captive, basically, in his dungeon. I wouldn't say it's sex slave. we'll get to that later though, as to why I won't consider that a sex slave. Uh, they set her free, and then they're on the way out. The old man is waiting for them at the cellar, which I thought, oh, the dog would have been woken up again, but it's not the dog. It's the old man. Even scarier because the old man will fucking kill you faster than the dog. He starts firing off some rounds. It grazes uh, Alex's ear, and he falls over. The old man continues to miss shots because he's fucking blind. He's like he's he's accurate, but he's not precise. You know? I don't know if that makes any sense, but like he can get the general area, but he can't get like the money shot. Ew. That will come into play later too. The money shot. Woo. Uh, I think he accidentally shoots the kidnap girl through her cheek. So like it goes through one side of the cheek to the other side of the cheek, which I wonder how does that fucking kill you, but it just does. Maybe because there's duct tape around her mouth, she chokes on her own blood, which is fucking brutal. So she dies. The old man hunches over, says, "No, my precious prisoner is dead. Oh, she's dead." And then they start running up the stairs. They get upstairs. The fucking dog is ready to fucking go. The dog is up there waiting for them. He is ready to fucking maul. So they're like, don't move a muscle. Don't move a muscle. You also get an establishing shot that dog is not fucking neutered, which makes him even more violent. For those who don't know, neuter your dog or else your dog is going to be super aggressive with his balls still attached to him. So then they run out. They make a break for it. Stupidly. I believe they split up again. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble remembering this movie because it's just the entire movie is basically running away from the old man and the dog, and it's mostly just scene after scene of holy fuck the old man somehow found us, or holy fuck the dog is getting our way. There's a really cool scene in this movie where the lights are off and then the camera cuts to this not green night vision, but like this white night vision where everyone appears white. Everyone's eyes are like solid black, which looks kind of surreal. They're like walking through the darkness. They say each other's names, which causes the old man to shoot in that general direction. It's very intense, very very scary stuff because it's like you're alone, or you're not alone in the dark, but you're in the dark and you're in this man's home turf now. So they overpower the old man, then they make it upstairs, then they find the dog, they run away from the dog, they split up again because they can't get out through the front door because the front door is like super hella locked. I believe Rocky goes into I believe Alex goes into like the bathroom, and Rocky goes into the daughter's room, and then she goes up to the ventilation shaft. She's still trying going through the ventilation shaft, and then the dog goes fucking after her in the ventilation. I believe Alex falls out of a fucking window trying to fight the old man. Or no, he just falls. He just like thinks, "Oh fuck it, I'm just gonna jump out the window." I believe he lands on like this glass sun. It's like a sun window, not a sunroof, but like a sun window or like a sunlight thing. It's like a window on the roof. He lands on that. You see it cracking and cracking. He's knocked out. Rocky fucking lands on her goddamn neck. It is brutal. I thought she was dead. So, not looking good for our heroes. I believe the old man shoots the glass that Alex is on. Alex falls. I believe Rocky musters strength to start moving again. She like leaves. She leaves the she leaves the place. Leaves the place. No, she doesn't leave the place, but like I know there's a point where she gets captured She gets captured, and then Alex tries to fight the old man in the tool room. The old man, it's like you stand no fucking chance against this buff old motherfucker who is like an army sergeant, I believe they said he was. He's going to kill you with his bare fucking hands, and he's proven that before by killing your guy Money. So the old man gets a pair of like hedge clippers. He stabs Alex. Oh no! And now Rocky's in captivity. This is like the most. This scene coming up is like the most scene in the whole movie. Just you're squirming in your seat because the old man's like, "There's a reason why I had that girl kept down here. You want to know why?" It's like, why? Because she was going to father my child, or she was going to mother my child. Father my child. I fucked that up. she's gonna give me a new daughter or a new son. I don't care. Either way, I would prefer. And then he opens up the mini freezer, pulls out this like vial. It's like dry ice dust, or I don't know what that's called. You know when dry ice, it gives off like this smoke, but it's not smoke, but it's not steam. It's like just this cold air. I don't know what it's fucking called. I'm dwelling too much. I'm rambling. He opens up the jar. It is his semen. That's right. There's semen in this movie. This movie has 100% more semen than I thought there was going to be, which I thought there's going to be a 0.1% chance of semen when I initially went into the film. And now there's 100% more. So there is. Like the guy says, no. She's like, no, please. I'm not a rapist, but I'm going to artificially inseminate you. It's a mental loophole that I got myself, that I thought myself into, so that I'm not technically a rapist. Though I'm going to be raping you with this turkey baster to get me a child. He sounds like he's in pain throughout this entire movie, which I guess he's kind of is, because he's been taking punches and hits from Alex, but to no avail, of course. So he sucks up the cum into the turkey baster, and it's slowly. You just see the shot of the cum-filled turkey baster. It's dripping. It is so It's so gross out, but like it's like horror movies need like a gross out or like something to like make you feel uncomfortable to really drive home that it is a horror movie, because it's horror. It's trying to make you feel negative emotions. So what better way to make you feel negative emotions than a cum-filled turkey baster? He like cuts a slit into her jeans, or I guess her panties, to shove the turkey baster in there. And I'm like going, oh, stop. Even I'm like, ugh. It's gross. Old man, come. No, thank you. It is not a draw. So he's about to shove it in there. Then all of a sudden, Alex to the rescue. He saves Araki by clubbing him in the back of the fucking head with a goddamn hammer, like a hand hammer, not a sledgehammer, but a fucking hammer. That shit will do more damage. Makes it look. The shorter the shaft and the smaller the hammer, the more dangerous it is. Sledgehammer, no. Household nail hammer, yes. So then Rocky gets out of the harness. She grabs the turkey baster, shoves it into the guy's throat. So he makes him eat his own cum. And he starts like puking out this white cum puke. Oh, it is disgusting. I'm sorry to be so descriptive, but it's just it's going to be one of the most memorable scenes in the entire world. You're going to see on YouTube cum scene from all right. She's mad. She starts kicking him. So they start trying to leave. They go or the old man is like, I'm not done yet, motherfucker. You don't think I don't know my own way and my own contraptions? Fuck you, Alex. Alex gets pumped full of lead. She realizes, oh fuck, he's dead. I need to get the fuck out of here. She gets out of the house, and she's like, haha, you can't catch me. I'm outside. You're powerless out here. There's too many noises and sounds. You'll get confused. And then the old man is like, I got a fucking dog. And the fucking dog comes out, starts charging after her. She's like, oh shit. So then she goes to the car, her boyfriend's car, Money, the late Money, may his soul rest in peace. She's in the car, and the dog is there. Throughout this whole scene, I'm just laughing because how the dog is like, his eyes are bugging out of his head, and it's like barking and slobbering all over the place. Like the window is just covered in saliva. It's super funny. It's like, "Roo, roo, roo, I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you!" Roo, roo, roo. So she tricks the dog to go into the trunk by opening the door. There's like this little. She pulls down the seats, which leads to the trunk 'cause it's an old car. She puts the seats up. The dog has been defeated. She outsmarted the beast. And then she gets up. She's like, yeah, I did it. Then the old man's right behind her, clobbers her or something. And now she's knocked out. So now it goes back to the opening shot of the old man dragging the girl. And that girl happened to be Rocky. So she's not dead. She's just knocked out. So it gets back to the house. She's like, wait, the remote control that triggers the home security alarm. Presses the panic button. He's like, oh shit, loud noises. Oh fuck. And now she defeats him. I think she shoots him a bunch of times and then she leaves. She takes the money and run. The police are there to investigate. And not yet the end. It cuts to her with like her wounds are healing. She still has like a little bit of a black eye, but like her bruises around her neck are gone and all that. And and then it cuts to her and her sister at the airport. They're ready to go to California. And she looks up at the TV news and she sees the old man is still alive because it's like a news emergency situation. Oh, we're on the scene. There's an old man who who got robbed by two assailants, and like the old man for some reason out of some act of respect is like lets her off the hook. He says that there was only two when he knows that there was only three, which I thought was very interesting. It's like, okay, is that like your show of respect, or is that like showing that, well, there's no way that he can possibly say, oh, there's also a girl because, you know, he's blind. So he's like, I guess he just admitted defeat. And she's like, holy shit, that motherfucker's still alive. Well, I'm going to go to California now. And that's it. I don't know what the purpose of that was. I think it was just to show that you can't kill this old man. He is like a monster. An unkillable, unstoppable force. But what does that do? Because it's like the very end of the movie and she's from a safe distance. I don't know. It would have been. It's still the point of him being an unstoppable monster was already established because this guy keeps getting up and getting out of like little traps or little situations that our heroes set up. So you don't need to do that whole, well, he survived those fucking gunshot wounds. So yeah, that was the movie. And what I gotta say overall is that Don't Breathe is a very, very well done, well thought out movie. It is excellent. It is one of the best horror movies in a long time. And because the state of horror films are just complete, utter shit and shitty and like not cheesy, too serious for its own good. Slasher films that are not campy or cartoony like Friday the 13th or Halloween. They're just these shitty slasher films and just these jump scare central ghost films. It's like, finally, a realistic thriller. Like, I can believe that this happened in real life versus boo, a ghost. So this movie gets my seal of approval. It has a Megos fresh rating. Go see Don't Breathe. I almost say Don't Scare. Yeah, go see Don't Breathe. It's a very well done movie. And I'll see you next time here on Megos at the Movies.